Hey there, Wax Packers! Adam coming at you again with another edition of Wax Pack Flashback, and this time around, we have some cards that represent a very special movie to me. Of course, I'm talking about The Rocketeer. Yes, this 1991 movie was a revelation to me at the time. I saw it in theaters. I thought it was so cool. I bought the toys. I went to Pizza Hut. I got the special kids meal that had the Rocketeer Collector's Cup. I still need to get my hands on one of those because mine disappeared in my mom's silverware and dinnerware collection many years ago. But it was such a huge film for me. I remember getting the adaptation in comic book form, which is kind of always funny to me when a comic book movie then gets, adapted into a comic book, but there you go. I will tell you this, speaking of comic books, in 1991, that's when I really got into the hobby. And my dad's friend, who was the one that introduced me to the world of comic books, he was such a huge Rocketeer fan. He had all the original comics, which there aren't that many. Dave Stevens didn't produce them quickly, but they were beautiful when they came out. But he actually had like every collectible, every candy dispenser, every storybook, every little thing like that. And so it was super, super fun to revisit that with this pack of cards. I will tell you that actually I did an episode of Sequel Quest, my podcast here on the Retro Network, which is kind of on and off available these days, where we pitched a sequel to The Rocketeer, and it was fantastic. That was such a fun episode. But one of the other things here, before we get into the actual main pack itself, this here is a special thing that Topps was doing back in the day, which is a collector's set. So it was an actual boxed set of the cards, but it wasn't just the full set of cards. Like here it tells you get 121 glossy cards. Why were there 121? Because there weren't that many in the set. The reason was, in addition to giving you all the stickers, for example, okay, and of course this was the classic Topps deal where they were like puzzle pieces, and you could put them together, to form one full image, they actually included behind-the-scenes cards. Yeah, so these were things that were truly unique to that collector set. You weren't going to find them no matter how many boxes of the regular cards you bought. So this is a set that Jason from the Retro Network actually gifted to me years ago. He knew I loved the Rocketeer. He sent those over to me, and I treasure them. They're so special. But I am excited now to get into this pack of cards and see what scenes from the film it is hiding therein, because that's always the excitement of movie cards. What do they highlight? Is there, some sort of cutscene? I guess we'll find out. So let's get into it. All right, well, here we are with a pack of the Rocketeer trading cards by Topps. Such a fun movie, such a fun series, as we discussed, to, look at the comics and everything that has come before it. Of course, yes, I have so many different comic editions based on the film and just the original character itself, but we gotta take a minute here to admire the art. When you really look at the packaging here, I think it's something special because this is just so dynamic. It's such a pop art style. It doesn't feel like they just took a photo and like posterized it, that effect. So I gotta really give it to Topps on that for making it something special. It's kind of messed up here, but it says you can order your official Rocketeer movie souvenir magazine, as Topps often did, but let's find out what adventure from the film is going to be revealed to us by opening these packs. So, ooh, this is not standard wax pack, right? This is plastic pack. And we'll see what we do here. Doesn't want to come out. Okay. So, first off, starting with our sticker, there's just a classic look at the Rocketeer himself. A little bit dark, a little bit in shadow, but I guess you could say that's kind of mysterious, so you have that going on. Here you have Lindy's test flight. So as you might recall, they stole a statue of Charles Lindbergh and attached the rocket pack there. If you look at the back of the cards, very nice. They give you a layout of what's going on. Here we are with Sinclair is a Nazi. Oh no. I may not make an honest buck, but I'm 100% American. Yeah, that's a great moment. I love Eddie. He is such a wonderful, he's a gangster, but he loves his country, so that was a big reveal there in the film. Danger on all sides. Okay, so this is interesting to look at, because if you really see what's going on here, the cool shot is kind of this shot as represented, you know, when he turns and he's got the American flag there. Here, this is him looking behind himself. So this is like moments before he looks awesome. It looks a little strange. It was an odd shot to choose, but danger on all sides. Yep, because you got the FBI coming in, you got the Nazis coming in, you got all the mobsters coming in. It was a real Mexican standoff there. Well, there you go with Billy Campbell as Cliff Secord. Now, this guy just had the look, didn't he? I mean, direct from the comics, he really just did it right. And, you know, I know he was in Dracula and other stuff like that, but he will always be the Rocketeer to me with that floppy hair. Just fantastic. All right, let's see this one here. The Club invaded. Again, this is one of those things where it's like two shots where you're like, you're not 100% sure what's going on, except that somebody's breaking through a door. It's really kind of strange. Yeah. I don't know if the selection of photos for this film was very expertly done. Again, okay, so you just have this shootout going on. You got these FBI guys, maybe mafia guys, shooting, you know, Tommy guns, but this idea of doing two photos in one to gather the action, I don't know if that really benefits these cards, because it's a very fun film. There's a lot of good imagery, but yeah, see, this is much better, even if it's just guys in fedoras with ties on. The feds to the rescue, feds to the rescue. What scene was this? Cliff and Perry, oh, Peavy, my bad. Cliff and Peavy fall to the floor as bullets splinter the house. Oh, okay, yes, okay, so this is, they're not really, I don't know that the feds were rescuing them, because they kind of were blowing the house away when they were being attacked in there. I guess they sort of chased off the bad guy, but, and now finally here, another shot of the Rocketeer with his helmet, high-flying hero. Man, that helmet design is just so good. You can't beat it. He kind of looks like an alien. He kind of looks sci-fi. And at the same time, it's just like heroic, like Peavy says, kind of like a hood ornament. But man, that is so awesome to see. The high-flying hero. The Rocketeer blasts past a racing plane and heads for Malcolm. That's right. He had to save the day. So there you go. All right, let's close this thing out. All right, well, wasn't that fun? I hope that you enjoy this movie as much as I do. If you do, leave a comment down below, because I'm always excited to meet more Rocketeer fans who sincerely love the movie. Now, I will tell you that, you know, again, I have that full box set with all these special cards. I think I'm going to tack on a little bonus for you here on the end, just so you can see some of those behind-the-scenes cards, because they're kind of neat. But as far as my favorite card from the pack itself, I think I'm just going to have to go with the sticker here, because that is just such a dramatic pose. He's kind of looking to the skies, right? This one is okay, but he's looking down, and it's kind of washed out. So I think I definitely enjoyed the sticker the most this time around. And I still think, you know, I talked about that I pitched my own sequel to The Rocketeer. We got that animated series. They've been talking for years that they're going to do like a female Rocketeer. I'm all for it. Can we just get to it? Give us a period piece, make it fun, get Joe Johnston involved again. He did a great job with Captain America: The First Avenger. I would love to see him return to the director's chair and give us The Rocketeer, because man, such a fun franchise, such a fun design. But hey, thank you so much for joining me. Of course, make sure you're subscribed here on TRN TV so you catch all the Wax Pack Flashback videos. We are planning some fun stuff for this summer, so make sure you stay tuned there. And of course, we also want you to be in touch with TRN Social. That's at TRN Social on Twitter and Instagram. So maybe you got some cards you want to share. I will tell you that we actually have a card collector who watches the series, who's been doing it for years and years, and he's like, hey, let's trade, let's help each other complete sets, so on and so forth. So we're kind of having a fun time with that behind the scenes. That's what it's all about with collectibles, right? Let's just collect and help each other collect. But hey, until next time, we'll see you later. Hey, you staved for a bonus, you're going to get some extra fun here. Thanks for joining me for a look at the box set here. So first of all, I just want to take a look at the stickers, because I think these are fit. I don't know if we needed that one, the Rondo Hatton look, but again, there he is posed without the helmet. Very cool. Jennifer Connelly, little Jenny action. Now, this type of pop art here, this is like the promotional art that they were using for the packaging of various toys and things. You know, they would put it on their coloring books and all those different items. This one's kind of cool. Just look it up, getting ready to launch. This one in particular, I'm pretty sure was actually on the personal pan pizza boxes at Pizza Hut. But anyway, those are just really cool stickers. But then, like I said, we have these behind the scenes cards. So there you got the Rocketeer giving you a little hang loose there, filming the car chase. So there you go. What we got here? Some tips for Peavy. So there's the director, Joe Johnston, giving him some ideas. Let's see. Welcome to California. What's this one about here? The huge backdrop illustrates the glittering topography of Southern California at night. Matching Los Angeles in 1930 proved to be a major concern for the filmmakers. Okay, so they're trying to recreate that skyline from back in the day. Oh, there we go. So there's Joe Johnston now giving him the pose. You see that? So yeah, definitely giving the director his due for all the work he was doing. Check out those bullet holes. Oh, Escape from Hughes's office. Now that's awesome when he flies on that model of the Spruce Goose. I actually got to go see the Spruce Goose in person back in the day, around this era, actually. Let's see. All systems are A-OK. Yeah, so again, just double checking those straps, making sure the rocket pack is connected there. All right, so there's some Dave Stevens art, the Bronze Gladiator. I have never heard that name used, but that's pretty cool. He never intended to be a hero, but a stolen rocket pack, an international conspiracy, and the kidnapping of his girlfriend bring out the Gladiator and Cliff Secord, otherwise known as the Rocketeer. The rendering on the front of this card is by Dave Stevens, the young illustrator storyteller who created Disney's newest action-adventure sensation. Yes, there's the Bulldog Cafe set, which is right from the comics, so that's fun. If this has been a bigger hit, they might still have it out there. Dauntless Dalton, so there you have. He looks like he's supposed to be up in his airship there. Oh, well, the Nazi Zeppelin set. And there you got adjusting his helmet. That is just kind of funny. They catch him in awkward moments. We'll use that as a behind-the-scenes card. Shooting the fiery finale. Tailored for adventure. Having a good old time. All right, preparing the rocket pack. So this must be that scene where the rocket pack is flying around the inside of the hangar, right? How to fight the Nazis. We're talking a lot about the Nazis in this movie. That's just the way it was. Look at this one, Monster and Maidens. So there you have Jennifer Connelly and the actor. Let's read about this one here. Tiny Ron Lothar, Disney Studios' The Rocketeer, poses between takes with 3 ravishing female beauties, including co-star Jennifer Connelly. Although he plays a character who is more monster than man, Ron, 7 foot and 300 pounds, isn't actually the gentlest of performers. Aw, gentle giant. Oh, and there he is, getting the transformation, right? So the makeup metamorphosis. And, flying the GB. So yes, interesting. Okay, so they actually, I'm trying to figure out, is that a model? Or is that, it's just on, they had to be able to control it, I guess. It would be up in the sky. That's pretty neat, that rig. And directing the Rocketeer. So there he is again. And finally, Dave Stevens' creation. So there he is with Billy Campbell portraying his Cliff Secord character. Let's read that as we close out here. It began as a movie buff stream, an homage to the rough and ready action and heroic figures of old-time film serials. Illustrator Dave Stevens shares a moment with Bill Campbell, who portrays the Rocketeer in Walt Disney Studios' elaborate adaptation of Stevens' comic character. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that extra bonus, everybody, and keep watching.